Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn November reading and take what resonates, leave what does not. I have my stone on top cleansing the cards. So we're going to see what is going on for the month of November for Capricorn. All right. We have the challenge. Okay, the challenge in November is walking away from something, a person, a situation, or just feelings that you have. We have the walking away towards something better. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have what do you need to focus on? The Ace of Swords. I love it. What is your past, or what are you leaving behind? The Knight of Pentacles. Your strengths, the Sun card, I love that. Near future, all right, you have some decisions and some choices to make here in your near future with the Two of Swords. Advice, so we have the Nine of Swords, we have the environment, we have the Ten of Swords. I love that progression. And then we have more swords. We have the hopes and fears is the Queen of Swords, and then the potential outcome is the King of Swords. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, we have, sorry, all those swords threw me off. The Eight of Wands. So I feel like during November, there's something that you need to walk away from and that you have to move on from. But I feel like you're worried about the results. Because I feel like you're saying, well, if I walk away, like, is this going to happen, or that's going to happen, or is this not going to happen, or is this, not going to turn out the way that I want? So I feel like there are some big changes coming in for you in November, but you're worried about those, right? But as you can see in this progression, so you have that we go from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords, and we have this Queen, and then we have the King. So we have this a lot of movement, but I feel like it's going to the next levels. And when you make shifts and when you go to the next levels and when things change, that there's always that worry, well, I felt secure in that, or I'm worried about leaving that, I'm worried about these new changes, I'm worried about these new things. And there's always going to be that sense, but it's also being excited about, I can't wait to see what's coming in for me. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Because it all kind of started here with the Two of Swords, is making that choice and that decision. Do I move forward? So I feel like in November, you're going to have an opportunity, or you're going to have a moment where you're going to have to make a decision about something. You're going to have to make some choices about something. And it's something that's going to worry you, but I also feel that it's something that's also going to relieve you, and it's also something that is going to help you to let things go, but bring things in. So we have the challenge here is the Eight of Cups, but let's see, the current situation is the Eight of Cups, and the challenge is the Nine of Pentacles, and it's, will walking away give me positive results, right? Will walking away give me better things, right? Do I need to walk away from something in order to achieve that Nine of, and you're saying, like, is this going to be rewarding? If I walk away from this situation, if I move on from this situation, because I feel like you're just at this impasse. You're at this, this crossroads where you're trying to decide, if I do this, is this really going to work for me? Is this really going to be beneficial to me? And then we have what you need to focus on is the Ace of Swords, which is being analytical about it, obviously not overthinking it to the point where you put yourself in this Nine of Swords energy, because that definitely can happen. And right here we have the devil, the face of the devil in this deck. This is the devil card face there. So it's like, because if you overthink it too much, you overprocess it, you overwork it, then it starts to become toxic and it starts to become negative. So I feel like what you need to focus on is how do you make your decisions? What works best for you? Is it getting that piece of paper and writing the negatives and positives? Is it, for me, what I also like to do is to imagine myself that if I have a choice that I want to make about something, that if I really want to make a change, if I had already made that change, what does that feel like? What does my daily life look like? What does my life look like if I've had those changes? Which I think I've given this example before, like before I bought my horse, which is going 4.5 years ago. Before I made that decision, I definitely thought about it for a few months, and I thought, okay, what does that look like as far as my budget? What does that look like as far as my daily routine? You know, how much time can I actually get out to the barn? You know, do I have the finances to actually make this work? What does it entail? Which I know that it's not just buying a horse, it's having the farrier out, it's having the vet out. What if the horse gets sick? It's, you know, the extra food, it's the treats, it's the saddles, the bridles. I mean, a lot of that stuff I already had, but it's like asking yourself all of those questions, like what does that look like? Sometimes if we just skim across the surface and we're really not diving deeper as to what's going to happen when we make those choices and those changes and we walk away from something, we don't really think it through. So I feel like, you know, how is your process for thinking things through as to, you know, what does that look like? Like if you want to move, or if you want to move on from a relationship, or you want to change jobs, whatever this is that I feel like there's something that you want to walk away from, but you're just wondering if it's going to be rewarding. Imagine yourself with already having that to what you're moving towards. And what does that feel like? What does that look like on a daily basis? So in your past, what are you leaving behind? I feel like it's missed opportunities. I feel like there were opportunities for you to achieve things, but I feel like you kind of, like you didn't take those chances. And I feel like it's kind of redeeming yourself and saying, you know what, this time, this chance, I'm really going to think this through and I'm going to really make a decision here. I also feel that I feel that you have this regret that you missed out on some opportunities, and maybe you're, you know, frustrated with yourself, but I feel like don't let that affect your current situation and really what the choice that you need to make here. Your strength is the Sun card, because I feel like you're always able to figure things out. You're always able to work things through, and that things always will fall in place for you, even though there may be times of struggle, that there may be these challenges. But I feel that you're very, you know, like the Capricorn, like the goat, like it's very sturdy. I mean, it's not a huge animal, but it's very agile and it's very adaptive, you know, to be able to, I always picture the Capricorn, the goat, as living on the side of a mountain. So it's something that is, I was pictured as those goats that live on the side of mountains, that, you know, they have good footing, they're able to find resources and food on the mountain and shelter, like in a place where you would think, oh, that can't be the best of places to live, but you know, the Capricorn, the goat, makes it happen. And I feel like somehow you're always able to make things happen and to see things through. This near future, you have a choice and decision to make, right? Do you walk away from that situation, or do you stay in a situation? Again, advice, don't overthink it. Don't get in your head too much about it, because then it can become toxic with that devil card there, to not over process it. Sometimes it's better just like, okay, I made my choice, I made a decision. I'm not going to backpedal. I'm not going to doubt myself. I'm not going to backstep. That if I choose to move forward with this 9 to the 10, and I choose to let that go, and I choose to move on, that I'm not going to question or doubt myself. I'm just going to see that path through, right? That I'm going to see it through no matter what happens. If it's, you know, negative, positive, if it's nothing, right? That I'm just going to roll with it and I'm going to keep going with it. We have the environment is the ability to be able to release something and let it go and have something, this choice come to an end right here, that you're like, okay, I've made my decision. I'm ready to go. Your hopes and fears, again, worrying, hoping that it comes out for the best, but that fear, you know, what if it doesn't work? Which I was saying before, don't overthink that. Don't get into your head too much about that, because that can turn toxic for you. And then the potential outcome is that, like, being in your power and saying, I'm so proud of myself for seeing this through, and really being analytical about it and really thinking things through and not jumping the gun, but also not just being proud of yourself and saying, you know what, I did it, I accomplished it. Which goes back to the Sun card, where you're always able to work things through and you're always able to figure things out. I feel that with this overall energy, with this Eight of Wands, is that you have these opportunities that are heading in for you and that are coming in for you, and they're very positive because we have the Sun there, and these opportunities are coming in for you. But don't hold yourself back, right? I do feel that there are things that you have to let go in November, but there's also things coming in. I feel like you're closing doors, but you're also opening doors. And to remind yourself of that, especially when doors close, to say, you know what, well, where this closed, another one is opening. All right, so let's grab these two cards. These two wanted to come out. We have co-create, so working together. And then we have soulmates, and then we have the two penguins, and then we have the key and the lock, which I feel like that again is working together. So there could be a partnership where you're working together with someone, but I also feel like it's working together with the universe, as to where if you see signs or you feel this energy or you're feeling this, you know, I really feel like things are lining up for me, right? Sometimes we just have those moments where we feel like, you know what? It's the stars are aligned, right? That things are lining up for me. And I feel like that's what's going to happen for you in November, is that you're just going to see how some things are going to fall away, but some things are going to come towards you and some things are going to happen. But it's how you're handling those situations. And if you're stressing about it and you're feeling insecure and you're worrying about it, or you're just accepting it and saying, okay, well, this seems to be ending, right? But this seems to be coming in, and this is the path that I'm going to follow. And I feel like it's those rewards that come through and saying, you know what, I just kind of let it display itself. I just kind of let it be, and it just worked out for me. So I feel like November is going to be definitely changes. I feel like it's a lot of processing, it's a lot of thinking, but I feel that it's very rewarding for you, and I feel like it kind of gives you a new outlook, and it kind of like a new thought process about where you go from here, which I love that, because December we're starting the Capricorn season, and I always feel like with the new year and the Capricorn birthdays, I feel like that's a double like new beginnings for you. And I feel like just knowing that it's like your birthday and the new year, that gives you like that double boost of, okay, starting fresh, starting new beginnings, new chances, new outlook, new thoughts, right? It's kind of like that double whammy where it's like, yeah, I know that I need to leave things go and I need to move towards other things. And it gives you that strength to say, I'm ready for the changes. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing month. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.